Hey there, welcome back. Okay, so we killed this guardian here, and that's one of the 3 that we need. So very happy about that. Obviously a little asterisk because we had to retcon from our previous decisions and ended up getting a double dungeon dealer. But we're on player 4's turn, which is the paladin. Now, the paladin is trying to catch up. This is where the torch would have been really nice, because I believe the torch gives you extra movement points, right? It doesn't say on the token, but I'm sure it says it somewhere in the rulebook. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have the torch. So we're going to roll and try. We have to catch the skeleton up here. And then not only do we need to catch it, but we have to kill it too. Okay, that's not going to do the trick. So I got a 2. Oh, and then another thing. I read someone suggests to just get rid of all the doors. And to be quite honest, that's not a bad idea. And then somebody had a really awesome thing they did where they put the base down and then put coins from another game with a 1, 2, and 3 on them. So that way you knew which one were the quest 1, quest 2, quest 3. Totally awesome idea. I'm going to try to see if I can do something like that. That I think would be great. Because, see, this is my landmine. These doors are the same size standees as the people. So it's really hard to see what's what. And then this is the minefield that I'm going through. Like, I have... for example, right here is one of my tripod pieces. And then I have I have a tripod that needs to sit on the ground. So, and then I can even, move the camera or whatever. But the point is that I can't find a spot to put it without moving a bunch of pieces. And that's, it's creating a problem for me. Clearly I can try to do it overhead. I do actually have a boom mic thing that would hold the camera. But that creates other problems because then nobody can see other stuff. And also, this is a rather large board, so I'd have to go really high to be able to get the whole board. Or nobody has... Stuka Joe had a really awesome system. But anyways, back to this topic at hand. I only moved 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, that's not enough. But I do have enough now, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to hope that I roll more than a 1. Oh, dang it, I only rolled a 2. So I can't move. What I was hoping to do was get on the other side of him, because he would attack me before he left the... Actually, he still will. So I'm going to be able to get a counterattack against him. So even if I don't kill him with this 1 attack that I get, I can counterattack later. So let's see what we can do against him, and gotta reach over and grab his card. All right, here we go. So it is a sword, which is good for us, and then these 2, which I don't know if they're good for us or not. And let me grab the tokens. Okay, so I got my tokens, and let's proceed with the attack. So, the paladin, I'm just reaching over to grab his card here. Here's his situation. So you can see this attack here is a -3, so he's awful at that one. He has a +3 with this one. And then the magic, he's neutral. Okay, so we're going to attack with the magic and the regular. We're going to defend with this one, and of course we got to still determine the order. But it doesn't matter what the order is. That's what we're going to do. The sword that does the +2 damage is going to be used for for that attack, and then my other sword that really doesn't give any bonus, it'll be used for the other. The whole point of this, as you know, is we do need to wipe this thing out. It only has 2 health points. So if this sword ends up being the first phase, we might have an easy game here. So when I roll this, from here on out, I'm doing it based on 1, 2, and 3. So right on the monster card. So I rolled a 1. That's perfect. So we got the sword phase first, and then I rolled a 3. So this phase is last. Boom, just like that. Okay. All right. Well, then now we just take our dice and we roll them. And if I hit with the sword phase, that's all I need to win. And there you roll. And boom, we got a 9 with the sword. And I get to add +6 to that. So 9 and 6 is 15. And you want to do at least 20 minutes, buddy.
6, 4.
Okay, we'll just set the timer. You're good. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so 9 and 6 is 15. That's way past the 10 needed to hurt him. So we, by the skin of our chinny chin chin, we got him. There's no life force, and we got to roll a perfect 20 to get something. So let me get the dice out of the way. And let's roll for our 20. And there's a 13. It's a nice roll, but it's not the 20 that we were looking for. And yes, we got rid of the minion, the raid minion, before he started to cause trouble for us. I'm just taking him off the board. And up we go. All right. So that was his 2 actions. It was productive. We needed to stop that minion, so no worries there. Now we're going to go to number 5, which is the cleric. All right, so the cleric is up, and the cleric is way over here. So the issue with the cleric is we have this big guardian here that's a problem. And looking at the guardian there, the sword would actually do very well against that guardian, as also the bow and the rogue. So she's not super good there. We have 2 minions up in that corner. So what I want to do is I sort of want to eke down around the corner here, because this is where our quest is that we have to do. We have to clear out St. Viticus north and south. And this is north and this is south. So we have to clear all this out. There's also a treasure here in the corner. So I think what I'm going to do is move, and I want to make sure I don't do anything where I'm stepping in the line of sight of somebody. And I think we can pull this off. Obviously there's a guy here, there's a guy here, and there's a guy here as well. So there's a lot of monsters over there, but I'm going to do 2 moves. And in case I have to retcon, the purple is going to be the first move. Like if I somehow decide I'm going to do a different action. All right, so 5 and 2, and she adds 4 more. So that's 7 plus 4, that's 11. I think I'm going to need all 11 movement points. So if I come in here, 1, 2, 3, right? So even standing here, that door is over there. Nobody sees through here. And then I have to go 4, 5. So I'm moving this way. So I'm more than 4 spaces away from that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 4, 11. I can go in and take my chances against this monster, and I will do that. So I'm going to remove that door, and let's see what we got. We got a level 1 monster. So let's hope that it's something that we can do well against. All right, it is the Sister of the Faith, and we do. We got the thing we're looking for. So that plus sword, and then the chaos we're not so good at. All right, let's roll. So the sword is first, and then the chaos is second, and then the part that we really want is last. So now you might be wondering, like, why do I always turn the camera this way? The edge of my table is here, and my the piece of my tripod, I need a support for it, and so I have to sort of like, you know, I'm at the edge of my table is what my issue is, and I could push the board further that way, but then I'm having issues reaching the other side. This game would benefit so much from just one more player who sits over there and can manage that side of the board. Because then I can give him some things to be responsible for. So much easier. But so anyways, here we are at an angle. The cleric has 2 weapons. And both of those weapons do only 1 damage. And you can see one of them is going to give me a bonus. So this weapon, of course, is going to be used for that type of phase. And then this one I think we're going to do for the sword phase. And I'll explain why in a second. The sword phase is a 0. The chaos phase is a -2. So we're not going to do very well in the chaos phase. But we at least have a 0 for the sword. So if we roll well enough, we might be able to get extra hits in. This thing has 4 health, and it's a fight to the death. All right, so we rolled super well in the one thing we didn't need to roll super well in, and then we might have rolled well enough here. So let's see. We got an 11, so that is enough to hit here. So 11 matches the 11, so we did 1 damage. And then we got a 9, which misses, so we take 1 damage. So her health drops to 6. And then here we obliterated it. We got a 17 and we get to add 5 more. So there's another damage. So she's halfway dead. And then we just keep, because we're in the chamber, we're going to keep attacking. I'm not changing anything. Just understand, I have the ability to cast my healing. Those abilities can be used at any time, even in the middle of combat. So I can heal myself, and I have full essence. So even if she hits me here, we can take care of that. All right, so we have a 13 for this, which is going to pass for defense. And then here's a 6, and a 5 is 11, which is going to be enough. And then a 5 and a 7 is more than enough for that. There's going to be 2 more damage there, and we killed her. We didn't even take any more damage ourselves. So she's 3 hit points down from her max. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to cast a healing spell yet. But we did kill her, and right there we get 2 points of proficiency, or life whatever points, life force. And just so you know, we are sitting on 5, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 life force points right there. So that's good. We could probably start buying some skills with our characters that'll help us to take down these guardians and maybe do a little better. But I was also hoping, because I really want to get to level 2, because if we finish these level 1 quests, you need 4 points to level up, and we still have 5 heroes to level up, so 5 times 4 is 20. So I need more points still. But anyways, let's roll for this. I rolled a 13, which is a good number. Not good enough for this, but it was good enough for 100. So we'll take a hundo and give that to the cleric. All right, Sister of Faith, champion, down for the count. And that's what we need to do for our quest here. So you can see, so we have to go to the Tomb of St. Vitus, north and south, and slay all the monsters. Clear all the chambers of any monster presence. And we'll get 7 more points if we do that, which is enough to level everybody up once we do. So this is, by itself, is golden for us. And obviously we have other quests for yellow and red, but we will worry about those when we get there. And what happened to... Oh, my other yellow quest is over there. Okay, we're good. All right, her turn is over. The chamber is clear, and you can see we have 2 chambers in the north, and then we have 2 chambers in the south, and there is another mining token we can also check out while we're down here. There's actually a lot to do. Okay, last one is the hunter. And remember, we said the hunter is in a pickle because we're next to a mining token, but we got this guy who could see her if he goes down one of these 2 paths. I don't know what to do. I've been thinking about this the whole time. I really want to mine. I don't want to leave the mining. But in the same token, there's a 50% chance he's going this way. And if I at least knew he was going that way, then I can feel better about staying there. There is a treasure chest all the way over here that we can go for. There's also even a secret room over here. And there's actually multiple treasure chests over here. Or I just take my chances and mine like crazy. I do have 9 health. I mean, could I survive being hit? I mean, this thing could do 5 damage to me. She is not very well proficient against this particular guy, Horus. And she's far away from all of her pals, so she's not going to be able to help out there. And if I go for this treasure chest over here, there's a trap that we're going to have to deal with. And who knows? I mean, let's say he goes this way. He could still go here and still see us. So it does me no good sometimes. And then we have this guy who's running away. Part of me is like, okay, well, maybe I can mine once and then get out of dodge. The problem is there's a trap here that can stop me. There's a trap here, right? So there's traps. This one is the way to get into that room. So I'd have to go through a trap to get out of the room. Over here, I have to go through a trap to get out of the room. I'm sort of, quote, trapped. I mean, the only way I can leave this room I can go up here, and this thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. So if we look over here, I'm more than 4 spaces away. Like if I'm up here, I'm not in his line of sight. But here's the thing. Let's say I run away this way. I'm going into the blue zone, so he still has a chance of seeing me. It's just that I reduce it from 50% down to 25%, but you know what? I'm going to mine. Screw this. I'm not going to overthink this. And here we go. The mining site is exhausted. All right, well, that answered the question for me. So now that it's exhausted, we got to do something else. So let's roll. I rolled a 2. She gets to add 3. She has 5 movement points to hide from this thing. So if he goes this way or that way, he will end up here. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to be well within his sight. If I go into a trap, like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll be 5 spaces away if I go to that trap. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to trigger that trap. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I'm going to trigger the trap here. If he goes along the blue, he will spot me. But we'll go ahead and get this trap out of the way. And see that blue? That means it's the trap. We disarmed it or whatever. I mean, it didn't trigger. So we're safe. So all that worrying, led to good fortune. So now we'll see what he ends up doing. Next, we are done with all 6. So now we go to the monster phase, and I'm looking at the minions. We need to spawn one. So let's find our D8. So I just rolled a 2, so he's going to spawn in the 2 spot. And we got a Shadow Dweller. We never saw one of these before. And I just thought of something that I may need to retcon, but let's do this first. So spawning in the 2 means right here, right next to where our cleric is. So that's not necessarily good, but it'll hopefully walk away. We got to look up our grunt. Okay, it was a blue grunt. I keep forgetting to resolve the text down here, and I thought one of the grunts, this one, had the shield deflect. I think I forgot to check that. So when you damage him, you have to roll the 1d20, and then he doesn't actually die. So I don't even know who killed it or when, but just so you know, I rolled an 11. So if there was some previous turn where I forgot to do that text, just letting you know, it was an 11 anyway. So whatever I did to kill him, and that's 2 grunts ago. So this is the first grunt. That was, I think, the paladin killed him too. But anyways, I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. And yes, it popped in my mind. Oh my gosh, I never resolved that. So this one has a webbed ability. Before any warfare, you have to do this evade thing. So that's not actually very fun. Okay, so now we go through and execute the actions. So we're going to start with the, we have the cultist, who's way up in the corner. Not even worth showing you. Here we go. D10, this, and this. All right, almost became a 10. We're going to go pink, and then 4 plus 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the cultist walking along the blue path. And then we're going to move on to the orc. All right, so we got a 4, a 2 plus 2 is 4, and the orc is here. 1, 2, 3, and it can't move the 4th because this guy's in the way. So he will stop. All right, and then we go to Razor Fang. So Razor Fang is going along the pink path, and boom. He spotted the heroes, and he's going to attack. In fact, he doesn't even need to move. The mage is right there. So he spotted 2 of them. I don't think he can spot the rogue from where he's at, and so we got to look at Razor Fang's priorities. So his priority is C3 first, which is the mage. And how do I know? The mage has a 3. Okay, so that number there is what he's looking for. So he ran up to the mage and he's attacking the mage. So let's do that. And also his targeting and all that stuff is, so we can put a target on him and a target on the mage. All right, so sword, bow, and dagger. Okay, and then daggers first. Reroll again, and then the sword, and then the bow. Okay, looking at his abilities, obviously magic is his forte. The dagger, he has a +1. So he will attack with the dagger and defend with those 2. And he does have to spend 1 essence because he's using his counterattack. And then the other 2, he has to just hope he rolls well. So he's down to 9 essence. And get the purple, the red, and the blue. Where's the other blue die? Way out here. And this will just be 1 round of attacks, of course. All right, I'm gonna have to re-roll this one. All right, so we got a 13 for the red, but he gets a -3. So he misses with the red, he takes 2 damage. Okay, he is next to the knight still, so the knight will spend 1 essence to protect him. That protection thing is really good. This 8 is not enough because he needs 11, so he's going to take 2 damage from that, and the knight will once again protect him. And the knight is down to 5 essence left. And then we got a 16 here, which is more than enough to hit him. So we do 1 damage to him out of 7. So we definitely need to take this guy out. I was hoping to get my bow guy there. We have the knight to help. The archer, of course, we moved a little bit towards that direction, but okay, so Razorfang's not moving anymore. He's where he needs to be. He does get 3 movement points. He only used 2, but the rules don't, I mean, his goal, he's tracking now. So he's attacking the hero. He doesn't get to attack more than once. So so he's done. And it's not like he gets 3 attack actions, if you will. That's what I'm trying to get at. So he's standing right next to the hero because that's where he wants to be. And yes, that was it. So I'm going to just leave him here because obviously he's a focus. And then let's move on to the next one, which is the snake. The union of the snake. There's a lot of Duran Duran going on in this one. We had Hungry Like a Wolf, and now we have the union of the snake. And knowing Roger, he probably did have Duran Duran on his mind. Okay. The snake would do this, and where are you at, D10? Right here. All right, so we have, this is good. That's 4 plus whatever his, I think it's 4 more. He's going to move 8 spaces, and then he has an orange. All right, so I got to get my coffee out of the way so I don't knock it over. Okay, the snake is doing an extra +4, so he's moving 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up there. And I got some beeping to take care of, so I will be back. Okay, so after the snake, we have the goblin footman who's raiding. So that one we just roll. And I rolled a 2. So let me check. He gets to add +3. And the goblin footman is here. So he's moving 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You always follow the red arrows. All right. And then next is Horus. This is the one we've been waiting for. And he moves 4 quadrants. So this is pretty bad. He rolled green. So it's as we expected. He's going to here, but he doesn't spot us. And then he rolled pink, which moves him back. And then he rolls orange, which moves him this way to here. And then we're going to roll blue. Oh my gosh. Boom. But somebody's already there. So what did we say happens if somebody's already there? Does he just go somewhere else or does he get displaced? I think he gets displaced. So, yeah, he's going to get displaced. And so he's going to be, he's going to be near the heroes. So he just spotted the mage as well, right? It doesn't matter where we displace him. So now we have 2 guardians on us. But this one doesn't get to attack because he's not next to us. And he can't attack diagonally. But what's his priorities? So I need to look. He's looking for C2 first. And C2 would be the archer or the rogue, who he didn't see. And then C3. So he's also tracking the mage. That's not good. So the mage is being tracked by 2 guardians now. So it is what it is. But on this turn, there is no attack. That was his final move, and he's near, but not able to. And if we look at him, that one, a magic attack does rock him a bit. So we need to keep our mage alive somehow. But basically, we're going to be rallying and attacking quite a lot there. And there's no way we're going to kill both Guardians in one turn. That's another issue. Last but not least is this spider. And we do need the spider to get out of there because otherwise our cleric is stuck in the chamber. Big, long discussion on Board Game Geek about can monsters see into a chamber? And the answer is no. If you're in a chamber, they can't see you. If a Guardian spotted you and you have one of these tracking tokens on you, the Guardian can follow you into a chamber unless you're able to hide. That's a different story, but that's a Guardian only. We're not talking about regular minions here. So, okay. He's going to move 4 spaces. That's fine, and it's green. So 4 plus 4. So he's moving 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then he's going to be facing this way. So that's fine. That gets him out of the way for us. And that brings us to the end for them. So we're 31 minutes in. We got ourselves a pickle with the Guardians, but we are equipped to take them on. The issue is the fighter, or our knight, he's running out of essence for protecting the mage from getting hit. So we're going to have to get another ogre juice, or however you pronounce it. I think Roger called it ogre, which I don't know what that means. But, okay, so we're back to the beginning, the upkeep phase. There's nothing to do except assign our numbers. So here's our deal. We're going to obviously have to spend some essence to rally. We have 3 guys there. Not all 3 of them are perfectly suited to defeat Razorfang. The sword will help. The dagger will help. But then when you have Horus, it gets a little different. That's where the mage can help. So we can still rally the same 3 because there's nobody else nearby. That archer has to move a mountain to get over there, and that's not going to work. I don't think we activated our dog last time. In fact, we didn't. So let's do that before we start the next round. So we're retconning the dog's move. And so I rolled a 3 plus 6 is 9. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the gold from our knight and give it to the dog. So let's go buy some stuff at the store, right? Who else has gold? The paladin does, but the dog's nowhere near. And then the cleric does, but same story. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the dog is near the exit, but not quite. And then there's 5 plus 6 is 11. And the dog can carry 1,000 gold. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The paladin has 500. So what I'm going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pick up the 400 from the paladin, and then 7, 8, we're going to go shopping. Okay, so I'm going to give 100 to the paladin. Oops, I just dropped it. Okay, so we're going to give 100 to the paladin and then take 500 from him. So now our dog is at the 1,000 that it needs. It could level up for 5. So let's take a look at what we would get if we leveled up the dog. So right now we can carry 4, move 6, carry 3, 1,000. If it goes to level 2, this jumps up to 6. That jumps up to a D8 plus 8. And I mean, that's actually quite a nice upgrade. Per the rules, the dog is not limited to the level. You can take the dog all the way to level 3 if you like. You don't have to wait. Now, I have been waiting, and so far, we haven't really needed the dog to do more, but the extra movement points would be really nice. But I already spent both actions, so we're not going to level up the dog yet. Dog has the elixir. The dog is going to have 1,000 coins. So what are we going to do with the 1,000 coins? Well, I think for 100, we're for sure going to get the ochre juice. We may need some healing potions, so I'm going to spend another 100 and get a healing potion. So 1, So he has 3 potions out of the 4 he can carry. And I think we'll spend another 100 and get another healing potion. Right? You never have too many healing potions. That's just a cardinal rule of this game. Okay, so now we have 700 left. And let's buy some equipment from the shop. Okay, so the knight is still operating with a crappy sword, and I think we want to... It doesn't give him extra damage, but it at least gives him extra hitting power. The rogue could use that. It has a socket thing. What do we do? What do we do? We got that. I honestly... So nothing increases damage. We could use this to help, because we got some bow skill coming up. Yeah, let's do this. 300 for a bow, and I have 400 left. So I can get a sword and a robe. I don't need this because I already have a nice weapon for this type of skill. So yeah, we're gonna, since we only have 400 left, let's spend it all, and we're gonna get 3 items. So we're gonna get those 3. And there we go, there's our 700. So we got 3 potions and 3 items. And if the dog, so the dog will start this next round and bring it to them before we rally. So we can give this to our knight, we can give this to our mage, and then we're gonna give this to the rogue. So the rogue gets some extra bonus in the bow area. It's not going to help super lot. I mean, obviously it's best to probably give that to our bow person, but that's not who's doing the guardian battles at the moment. So anyways, I hope that makes some sense. Okay, so let's give out our 6 points. I'm gonna have the rogue go first because she has the most essence. So the rogue will go first, and then she will rally everybody else to join her. And then the mage will be second, and the knight will be third. And those are the 3 that are gonna go up against these guardians. It's actually tricky because you have to be adjacent to a guardian to attack them. And anyways, these hallways get tricky. I don't know, like I think as long as you have enough movement to, yeah, it's not easy. Let's just put it that way. So we're gonna have to think about that. We're gonna do number 4 on the paladin, number 5 on the cleric, and then number 6 on the archer. Okay, so let's, we also have this guy trying to escape. So we gotta deal with him too. Okay, so first things first is let's activate the dog and see if we can get the stuff dropped off. So I have a 3 plus 6 is 9. So the dog is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and is next to the rogue. So the dog will give the rogue the ring. Oh, the rogue already has a ring. Ooh. The rogue has a ring that helps it with its bow skill. I'm sorry, with its dagger. But since the rogue's going to be doing the bow, we're going to give him the bow one, and the rogue's just going to equip that one instead of the other ring. And then we're going to do another move. So I just rolled a 3, so we get to move 9 more. So remember, the dog can move through. So we're going to go 1, 2, right here, so we can give stuff to both of these guys. So healing potion to the mage, ochre juice to the to the knight, and then the sword will go to the knight. The heavy cloak is going to go to the mage. And then I'm picking up all the minerals that the knight was carrying from his mining, because the dog can always carry unlimited minerals. And if you remember, it's just 2 Zoltanite and 1 Moonstone. So those are going to go on the dog. And yeah, so then the dog's going to just sit there on the side and turns over. So, so now we got number 1. Number 1 is our rogue. And if you look at this situation, it's pretty crazy. This guy is sitting on this tile, and this one, see, there's only 2 empty tiles that are next to the spot he's standing in. So we can only attack him with 2 people. That's the issue I'm running into. And so with Razorfang, you want to attack him with the sword, the bow, and the dagger. So the problem is the mage is standing in the way. So I actually need to make the mage go first. That's what I need to do. Yeah, I think I need to make the mage go first. So I will do a small retcon there. Oh, and I started taking my turn. I got to do the encounter. Randomly select a hero for this event. So it's 5, which is the cleric. As this hero is turning down a corridor, they take a few steps back. Before them, a ghostly paladin materializes and says, "I was a valiant hero who was struck down where you now stand. I shall send you to the next level so you may be stronger and continue to fight." This hero automatically levels up unless they're already level 3. Okay, and then remove this card from the game after this event. So I guess we don't get this encounter again, but that's awesome. So that means the cleric is leveling up, and yes, I will spend the 4 points for that, because I still think you need to spend the life force points. Well, it says hero automatically levels up. It doesn't say according to. I think that one's free, because it doesn't say according to the rules for Celebration Day. All right, so here we go. Our cleric is going to go from 6 to 6, and then 10 to 10, right? And you can see it improved. Obviously, it improved in here. The magic went up, and then up here, some of these skills improved as well. And even the sword went up a little bit. So, all right, cleric's level 2. I did not spend the 4 life force points, because unless it says per the rules, I'm not going to. So in this case, it didn't say per the rules. So I will skip it on that one. Okay, that was a great event. All right, we don't need to spawn a guardian because we already have all 3. We're at our max for the level. So give me a second, I'm doing coffee. Okay, now we get to resume normal programming. You can see that I'm getting a mental block where after I assign my numbers, I want to start taking my turn. And I keep forgetting to do the encounter. Okay, so we want the mage to go first. And unfortunately, I need the mage to get out of there. Or to get somewhere where, basically, I'm going to move with the mage. So the 3 is more than enough movement points. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 next to this guardian, okay? The other thing I can try to do is we actually have this guy's running away. And so what I could try to do is let's just try to kill him. So the mage, for example, gets +2 to his movement, so I get 5. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll just do one more move, 1, 2, 3, and then try to kill him. So I think I'll do that instead. What my original plan is I was going to try to, I was just going to stand next to him, and then whenever I attack this guy, I'm going to do it with just 2 heroes instead of 3. But I was going to make sure that the knight was standing next to the mage. So when this guy attacks the mage, which he's going to do, the knight would be able to absorb the hits. And by doing what I just did, the mage is not going to have any protection. So that's the part I'm worried about. But somebody's got to kill this thing because he's going to run and get away. So that's the thug life that we live. So we gotta do it. And I have a healing potion, so if I start taking damage, I will just heal. There's not much more to say about that. So, oh, that's not it. This is the one. And of course, there's no magic attack on this one, but he only has 1 health. And so let's figure out the order. It's going to be Chaos first, then Sword, and then Bow. So he is going to be Chaos, then Sword, then Bow. So let's look at our wizard here. The Chaos for the wizard is a -2. That's not any good. The Sword is a -3. Oh my gosh. And then the Bow is a 0. So did I really want to do this? I guess I did. Well, and here's something I totally missed. You gotta, not all of these are combat related. Look at this one. He causes anybody within 6 spaces of him to become a raider when he ends his turn. So I apologize. You're supposed to read that. So let's go ahead and roll 1d20 right now. And so it failed. The one that could have possibly turned into a raider was that orc right there. And that was not this turn, but the previous turn they were together. So anyways, I feel better. We properly handled that. All right. So here's the deal. I got to get, I get a +0 on this one, and I need a 10. This one I get a -3, and I need an 8, so that becomes an 11. This one I get a -2. I also need an 11. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with the bow. I actually have 2 weapons, so I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Chaos as well, because why not, right? There's a chance that the Chaos will roll high and we'll get the guy, right? So let's do this. And that Chaos, oh, this should be re-rolled, is nowhere near high enough, so I'm going to take 1 damage from that. This is super high. I wish I would have attacked with that one. And then this is a 8 with the bow. So I missed across the board. And I take 1 damage. I actually take 2 damage. Okay, that hurt. That hurt. Because the bow didn't kill him. I needed a 10 with the bow. What am I talking about? I needed a 10. Oh, that's not a 9, that's a 6. Dang it. This would have done it. And that's the one thing I chose not to attack with. All right. That was a stupid move. Shouldn't have done it. But there's not much you can do. You gotta take those chances, I guess. I only needed 1 hit. Punk. Okay, so now we go to player 2, and that's the rogue. So she's gonna spend 1 point to rally. So we're down to 11. And I just need to move a little bit, and that's more than enough movement points. So here's the situation. We got to get next to this guy. So I'm going to get here and here. So we're both next to him, and then we're going to try to beat him up. All right. So with Razor Fang, the bow is first, the dagger is second, and the sword is third. All right, so the +2 damage weapon on the rogue is going to be here. The +1 damage on the rogue is going to be here. And then, of course, the knight is going to attack there with his +1 damage sword. So we're attacking with all three. And we're going to get 2 turns. Okay, so starting with the blue, that's a 13, and that's more than enough to hit just by itself. The rogue gets to add 3. That's 1 damage to the Razor Fang. So Razor Fang's at 2. All right, so set these aside. Now we go to the purple. We have more than enough. That's in 14. With the dagger, and just so you know, I mean, she gets +3, +7 with this. So she smoked this thing. That does 2 damage. So we're going to put in a 3 and take away a 1. And then as far as the this goes, he only got a 7 on the red, but his sword adds +2, and then his skill adds +3. So we add 5. So 7 and 5 is 12. That's not enough. Holy cow, that's not enough. Yeah, so he's going to have to spend an essence. He's down to 5. Nope, he's down to 4. Because otherwise he's taking 2 damage. All right, we got it at 4. We need 3 more damage to this thing. So we're going to hack 1 more round. All right, so starting with the blue, we have a 9 and 4 is 13. That's enough to do 1 more damage. Then we go to the purple. We have a 7, but we get to add 7 more. That's 2 more damage, and that kills it. And the sword would have damaged it too. So we definitely had this guy hit, and we have another dead guardian. So we're going to go over here and place another token to show that we're at 2. Just need to kill the last one, and we will have that knocked out. We get 5 life points. So let me grab 5 of those. And then we get to roll twice for the rewards. Here's the first roll. That's awful. Gets nothing. And the second roll is a 1. Jesus. So nothing there. So this guy is gone. All right. The mage, the wizard is definitely going to take a punch. And he's down to 6 life, so he could actually get knocked all the way down to 1. But Roger, the rulebook says that you can use the potion at any time during combat, even while you're taking damage. So it's a very friendly rule, you know. So even if you know you're taking damage that's going to make you die, you can use your potion right at that last moment to save you. That's a good thing to try to remember. The other thing is that Horus actually has a targeting system. So he may not actually go for the mage. He goes for C2, so the rogue is actually there. So Horus would actually change his target to go from the wizard to the mage. That actually is true. So the tracking is going to move over to the rogue. And the reason is because the rogue is a C2 type of character. All right, there's the 1. So we're done with those. Okay, so we are now on player 4, which is the Paladin. And the Paladin is up here, and we're actually breathing a sigh of relief at the moment. So I think we should just start working towards treasure chests. So we're going to do a move. And I got a 5, and that I get to add 4. So it's 9 total movement, which isn't an awful lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're heading for this treasure chest. And maybe to explore that mine over there too. Although there's some, it's funny, you have to actually go into a room to do that one. But okay, so his turn is over, and let me take care of this beeping. Next up, after the Paladin, is the Cleric. And as you know, the Cleric was in this chamber over here. We still have a side quest we have to do. So we're gonna go ahead and roll a die. I'm gonna do it off camera if you don't mind. I rolled a 3, and I get to add 2, so it's a 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, where's the door to this? It's down there. 4, 5. So then it doesn't matter what I roll. It's going to be enough to go into this chamber. So that's exactly what I will do. And we will take this, which is an empty chamber. That's perfect. So we're able to clear another chamber, and we're 2 away from finishing that side quest. All right, that ends the Cleric's turn. And then we have number 6, which is the Archer. All right, so the Archer, I don't think needs to help up there. So we're gonna keep going this way. So of course I roll 1. So 1 plus 3 is 4. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all she gets to do. Roll again, and then we got a 5. Plus 3 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what this trap does. It is blue, so we got lucky again. And then 6, and I think I'm gonna go, I'm thinking of going through it. So I'm gonna go 7, 8, and then we'll check it. So that way I can go, I'm closer to going where I wanna go. So we got a treasure. And I have no idea what this is. An Eidolon chest. Oh, this is a fight. Surrounds the chest as the chest begins to metamorphosize into an Eidolon chest. Place the Eidolon chest token on this space and 4 tokens for its health. Must combat this chest over a series of rounds. Each round test 15. On a pass, remove 1 token. On a fail, take 1 damage. If the hero is killed, the chest remains here until it's destroyed. I don't even know where that token is. Oh, I do. It's this thing. Okay, so it's basically a trap. All right, so it gets 4 health. And then what's even crazier is you have to do a strength 15 check. You don't even attack it with normal weapons. So that hurts. This is a fight to the death, by the way. This is not just a 1 round and done. So there's 4 of them. I think I'm allowed to evade. The rulebook talks about this situation. I don't know exactly what the rules are, like if I want to disengage from this, but it's like a chamber battle. You keep attacking again and again. So the Archer, however, only has 1 strength. So I'm going to get a +1. So basically I need a 14 or better to hit this thing. And of course I roll a 1. So we're already in bad shape. I'm at 9 health, and now I'm down to 8. I rolled a 20, so we took 1 off. I got a 19, so we take 2 off. I'm doing well. Let's go. I rolled a 1. I take a damage. I'm down to 7. That's a 12. It's close, but I take a damage. I'm down to 6. That's a 17. So 1 more to go. Come on. Come on. And there it is, 14. So her 1 strength actually paid off, and we do kill this thing. I don't think we get anything for this, do we? It's just a trap. And it stays there until we kill it. Do we get anything? I don't think we do. The chest remains here until it's destroyed. Yeah, the hero can't run away. So, yeah, what a crappy one. So, okay, that wasn't as exciting as I was hoping it would be, but turns over, and now we move on to the monster phase. So first thing we got to do is I'm looking at the monsters. We need to spawn one. So not that one, but that one. So we got an 8, and he's going to spawn a Blackwood Prowler. It's going to come in at 8. Oh, 8 is right here. And I gotta slide the monsters down. All right. Also, I'm taking this and we're gonna get him set up because we're gonna be dealing with him for a bit. All right. So now we engage. This guy, by the way, activates second to last. So we're going to do the cultist, the one that's been up in the corner for all these ages. All right, we rolled a pink and a 4. So the cultist is going to move 7 spaces. It's way up here. So 1, 2, 3, and then the pink 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to face that direction. All right. Somebody commented, by the way, that take a black marker and put a little notch. So that way, just point the notch in the direction that they're moving. I think it's a really good idea. It's just that there's over 50 of them you have to mark. So it'll take a while, but it's a great idea though. Okay, that one's done. Next we move to the orc. That's fine. This is a 3 and that's green. So the orc is moving along the blue, so 1 and then hits the green, 2, and then the spider's in the way for 3. So he doesn't get to go there. So even if you're from a top down, the standees, it's really hard to see the side. So all you see is this. You don't know if that's a door or what it is. So yeah, I struggle with filming this one. Okay, orc is done. Now we move to the snake. That's fine. This is a 1 + 4 is 5, and then pink. Excuse me. I have hiccups. So where's the snake? He's way back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Next up is the raider. All right, so the raider is still going to move. He moves 1 + 3. So he's going to go 1, 2. Well, actually, we got to roll to see which way he's going to go. He's going to go to the 4. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to try to go out this door up here. But along the way, he is going to attack me. So I get to pick a skill. Remember, he attacks with the chaos, the sword, and the bow. So we're sort of stinking all of them, but we're going to counterattack. So I'm going to spend an essence, and I'm going to attack with the bow. So it doesn't matter what the chaos in this. Well, I guess it does matter which order. So the bow is first. So it doesn't matter what the other orders are, because I have to defend in the other two because he's attacking me. So we're going to do bow, chaos, and sword. And let me grab his card. I'm getting a little lazy because I'm trying to speed this along because this game is long. But basically, that's what we're up against. I should probably start getting my green screen out so you could see it in the top corner of the screen. Okay, chaos. I easily defend that. But the bow is first, so 8 and 4 is 12, and that's enough. He only needed a 10, so I did 1 damage to him, which is enough to kill him, and I need a perfect 20. I roll a 1 all the time. Why can't I get a 20? There's an 11. So it's a decent roll, but not enough. So we killed the minion as he's trying to escape. Escape. So raid token goes away, and so he's done. Next up is the spider. So again, 1, 2, 3. Spider's going to move 4 plus a mountain. 4 plus 4 is 8. So spider's going to move 8. And where's the spider? Right here. And it was going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I rolled a yellow, so it's just going to turn right back around. 8. So spider's going this way now. Okay, now it's horse time. Horus is going to just move 1 space to here and attack the rogue. And attacks the rogue with magic, chaos, and sword. Okay, before I bother doing this, I just want to finish off the last minion. So I got the dice out, so just let me do the last minion. It's the wolf that just spawned. Technically it goes after Horus, but see, it turned into a raider. And it gets a +5 to its movement, and it has a 1, so it's going to get 6 movement. So off he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to go out that way. All right, so that's a bit of a problem. But now we go back to this. So got a 3. So the sword goes in. Then the 2 is chaos, and then the magic. All right. So obviously, the wizard, or this isn't the wizard, this is the rogue. The rogue actually has +1 to magic here. And it's neutral there. The sword is a -1, so that's not very good. And then the chaos is a +4. If you look at that, the chaos is +4 because the rogue's level 2 and its chaos went through the roof. So we're going to attack with the +2 damage item here, and then this is the +1 damage item, and then we're going to defend on that one. Okay? So ding, ding, and ding. So the rogue is actually getting pretty decent with the chaos attacks. I might actually be able to do some damage to this guy. All right, so first things first, we have a 7 on the sword, and I needed a 10, and I get a -1, so it was a miserable fail. I take 2 damage, so the rogue is dropping down to 3 health. The rogue does have a health potion, so don't worry, we're fine. And then this is a 16 here, and the rogue gets +4 because of his skills. So we're at a 20 on this thing. And so we do 2 damage to him, which is fantastic because He needs 7, so getting 2 now is good. And then for the last one, you can see you have a 5 and then a 4 is 9. And we needed a 14 though. I have a +1 for 10, but it's not enough. And so we're taking 2 more damage. We're down to 1 health. But it didn't kill us. And so I can't use the protection because I'm not adjacent to the knight anymore. So that's that. And we'll move on to the next round. I'm at 1 hour and 10. Should we keep going? No, I'll go ahead and upload this one. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome and stay healthy and safe.